Professional nail art brushes and other tools offer you unlimited ways to create stunning, tailor-made nail designs. You may need to practice a few times, but we'll talk you through the technique step by step so you can really perfect the art. Remember, before applying nail art, always prepare your nails by following the 5-step nail care preparation program. Clean, shape, push, buff, and wash. Then apply a layer of clear varnish to protect the natural nail from staining. Apply 2 to 3 coats of base colour and allow to dry. Arrange any polishes on a palette or other suitable surface to dip your brushes into before applying each stroke. We're going to use the striping brush to draw a straight line. Lay it down on the nail and gently pull across. To create tapered strokes, lay the brush down on the nail and using a quick flicking action, brush across the nail. To draw a waved line, lay the striping brush down on the nail and gently guide it to the left and to the right as you move across the nail. A curve is basically a C-stroke. Using the striping brush, move in a circular motion. Once again, using the striping brush, apply light pressure to the nail, starting from the inside of the swirl and working outwards. Reapply polish to the brush if necessary. To draw teardrops, you can either use the detail brush or angled detail brush. We're going to use the detail brush. Simply draw 2 facing curves and fill in the center. You can create a comma shape by drawing a curve and adding a small dot at the top. To create dots, dip the dotter in a small amount of polish and apply to the nail. The size of the dotter determines the size of the dot, so experiment with different sized dotters. Both the flathead brush and angled flathead brushes can be used to create a two-tone effect. Arrange 2 drops of your chosen polish next to each other on the palette. Now dip the brush into the polishes and apply to the nail. Reapply polish and repeat. You can create gradients in a couple of ways, either by using the fan brush or the ombre sponge. Creating gradients can be quite a messy process, so to prevent the polish from sticking to the skin, apply masking tape around the nail. We're going to start by using the fan brush. Choose a minimum of 3 colours and lay them out on your palette so that they run into each other. Lay the brush into the polish so that the bristles are fully loaded. Now transfer the colours onto your nail, blending the colours as you move across the nail. Try not to over-blend the gradient, as once the polish starts to dry, you may drag the colour off the nail. Once you're finished, remove the masking tape and tidy any polish left on the skin. Now we're going to use the ombre sponge to create a gradient. To prevent the sponge from soaking up the polish too quickly, soak your sponge in a small amount of water, then squeeze it, leaving it damp. Now, starting at the edge of the sponge, apply your polish in 3 even stripes. Make sure you work quickly so that the varnish doesn't dry before you apply the ombre to your nail. Even out the colours by dabbing the sponge on your palette a few times. Now line the tip of the sponge up with the tip of your nail. Press down firmly and dab a few times in the same spot. Once you're finished, remove the masking tape and tidy up any polish left on the skin. You can achieve a perfectly straight or customised edge by masking off parts of the nail. Apply a top coat of clear varnish to prevent the tape from removing your base colour. To mask off large areas of the nail, use masking tape. With a pair of scissors, shape the tape and apply to the nail, ensuring that all edges are firmly stuck down. Now paint the nail with your chosen polish. Whilst the polish is still wet, carefully remove the masking tape to reveal your design. You may wish to use a pair of tweezers to do this, to prevent the design from smudging. striping tape can be used to mask off smaller stripes. Simply trim the tape and apply. We're using the hoof stick to ensure the tape is firmly stuck down. Apply polish to the nail. And whilst it is still wet, carefully remove the striping tape using a pair of tweezers. Now you've mastered the basic techniques with nail art, why not glam up your designs using these tools to apply a few finishing touches? Rhinestone gem should be applied to wet varnish. For this design, we're going to use the dotter to apply a small amount of clear varnish to the centre of our flower design. Whilst the polish is still wet, use the application stick to pick up the gem and apply to the nail. Allow it to set in place. Then seal your design by applying a top coat of clear varnish. Glitter must also be applied to wet varnish. To create this look, we're going to apply clear varnish to the whole nail. Using the fan brush, moisten the bristles and pick up some glitter. Now, only slightly touching the nail, apply a fine sprinkling of glitter, graduating to a more solid coverage towards the tip. Then allow the varnish to dry before sealing your design with a top coat of clear varnish. Now you've had a taste of all the wonderful things you can achieve with nail art brushes and tools, it's time to get creative. Just remember, practice makes perfect.